The Apostle John, also known as John the Evangelist or John the Beloved, was one of Jesus' 12 apostles and a prominent figure in the early Christian church. He is traditionally credited with writing the Gospel of John, 3 epistles, 1 John, 2 John, and 3 John, and the book of Revelation. The story of John and how he wrote the book of Revelation is deeply rooted in Christian tradition and supported by biblical texts. John was a fisherman by trade, the son of Zebedee and the brother of James, Matthew 4:21-22. He was part of Jesus' inner circle, along with Peter and James, and witnessed key events in Jesus' ministry, such as the Transfiguration, Matthew 17:1-9, and the agony in the garden, Mark 14:33-42. John is often referred to as the disciple whom Jesus loved, John 13:23, 19:26, 20:22, highlighting his close relationship with Jesus. After Jesus' resurrection and ascension, John became a leader in the early church. He was present at Pentecost, Acts 2:1-4, and worked alongside Peter in spreading the gospel, Acts 3:1-10-4, 1-22. According to tradition, John later settled in Ephesus, where he continued his ministry. Exile to Patmos and the writing of Revelation. The book of Revelation, also known as the Apocalypse, was written during John's exile on the island of Patmos. This exile is mentioned in Revelation 1:9, where John writes, "I, John, your brother and companion in the suffering and kingdom and patient endurance that are ours in Jesus, was on the island of Patmos because of the word of God and the testimony of Jesus." Patmos was a small, rocky island in the Aegean Sea, used by the Roman Empire as a place of banishment for political and religious dissidents. John was likely sent there during the reign of Emperor Domitian, 81-96 AD, a period when Christians faced severe persecution. The vision of Revelation. While on Patmos, John received a series of visions from Jesus Christ, which he recorded in the book of Revelation. The book begins with a description of how these visions came to him. "On the Lord's day I was in the Spirit, and I heard behind me a loud voice like a trumpet which said, 'Write on a scroll what you see, and send it to the 7 churches, to Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamum, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea.'" Revelation 1:10-11. The visions include symbolic imagery, prophecies about the end times, and messages to the 7 churches in Asia Minor. The book concludes with a vision of the new heaven and new earth, where God dwells with his people, Revelation 21:1-4. Purpose of Revelation. The book of Revelation was written to encourage and strengthen persecuted Christians, assuring them of God's ultimate victory over evil and the fulfillment of his promises. It also serves as a call to faithfulness and perseverance in the face of trials. John's later life. After his exile, tradition holds that John returned to Ephesus, where he continued to lead the church and write his epistles. He is believed to have lived to an old age, the only apostle who was not martyred for his faith. According to early church historians like Eusebius, John died peacefully in Ephesus around the end of the 1st century. Key scriptures in Revelation. Revelation 1:1-3. The introduction to the book stating that it is a revelation from Jesus Christ. Revelation 1:9-11. John's description of his exile and the command to write. Revelation 4:1-2. John's vision of heaven and the throne of God. Revelation 21:1-4. The vision of the new heaven and new earth. John's writings, particularly the book of Revelation, have had a profound impact on Christian theology and eschatology, offering hope and encouragement to believers throughout the centuries.